everybody, this is Flint from Flint and Steel Survival, and today I'm bringing you a video. This is for Stutterin Bob and anyone else that wants to get into Kydex. I haven't gotten to do it a lot, and I'm definitely not going to tell you I'm an expert, but we got this piece here. This is just a trial and a test, kind of to show you guys how to do it. I got another one over there, a full sheet. It's my last full sheet, so I better stock up soon. But that's what I'm going to make my buck 625 Kydex sheath out of. I'm pretty excited for that one, but this one's just going to show you how to do it, get me back into it, you know. So what you're going to need, I'm going to make a Kydex neck sheath, maybe. I don't really know yet. I'm thinking neck sheath for my buck 110 folder, 50-year anniversary. I don't know if I want to make a belt sheath yet because I have this extra piece. I might space them out enough to make both, so I can put this on the side and carry it on the belt, or put it on the neck. We'll see. But this is just a scrap I had left over from when I did my very first personalized sheath, and I figured I better use this first. This is some oil paint. I have the marker here. Some of this, and I was using it to mark out one day and kind of messed it up. Another Kydex project I did just recently was FrogTac sent me this. It's a gear nut lighter holder, ferro rod holder. So all this was already made, and it was attached with a Ranger band to a fire kit. I replaced the pink lighter it came with the red one. That's my favorite color. But I took this belt loop and put a Chicago screw through it and 2 washers, and now I can carry this on my belt. I do it every once in a while. It's not really an everyday thing for me. It's just like if I'm going to go out in the woods and, you know, bushcraft or something, I'll throw this on my belt real quick. I had it on most of my vacation, so this is a new piece of gear for me. I can't tell you how much I love it. Gear Nut, you absolutely rocked this thing, man. I need to get with you and see what else you can do, you know, support that, because you're doing amazing work, man. I just threw this loop on it. He did everything else. But anyway, some of the stuff you'll need, I use some cheap foam I got at a craft store. Let's see, Foamies sheet, great for any project, 2 millimeters thick. Got the thickest they had, and I just doubled it up. The foam is to make sure you get even pressure on your Kydex. Another thing you'll need is some heat source. I'm using my wife's blow dryer. Shh, don't tell her. I personally like calipers. That's what I do for a living. I work in a machine shop, and I run their quality control of North American tooling and scheduling. So half the time I'm measuring stuff, the other half the time I'm setting up jobs for the machinists. So this is an old set of calipers at work that they were going to decommission and throw away because I think it was 3 thou off or something. But for what I use it for, it's definitely going to be just fine. It's not going to be a problem. You're going to want some nice leather gloves that are resistant to heat, because this stuff gets hot fast. So you're going to want some gloves to work with this. And then for a weight, I like to use my full ammo box. You need something to put weight on it to keep the shape. And after it forms and cools, then you pull it apart, you know, get your knife back out of it, and then drill the holes. But first you're going to want to form it to the shape. So just to make sure, before I started this video, I checked these dimensions real quick. Right there we're sitting at about 4.407, and the knife at the widest point is 1.28, about 1.28. So we're going to have enough room to double this over completely and still have enough to put some screws in it. And I'm figuring put it about right there, leave plenty of room up top for some more screws. And I'm going to put this rough stuff on the inside. Normally you'd want to put the rough on the outside and leave the smooth inside to keep from scratching things up. But because of this, I got to hide it. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's get started. First off, going to glove up, And ignore the noise here. In a second you're going to hear a blow dryer for a while, getting this stuff nice and hot. I might cut this part out of the video, but turn it on. Alright guys, now as you can see it's very flexible, so you gotta work fast at this point. What I'm gonna do is fold, oh sorry, wrong way. And don't cool down on me. Oh, it's already cooled down. Now it's real important to get enough foam on there, and I'm thinking the most weight's going to need to be on the fold here. Going to need this box of 22 or 20 gauge right there. Keep that nice and tight, and then full box of 9 for the top. So, new use for ammo, but we're going to give that a second to harden and we'll see what happens. I don't know if I got this. This is a real small piece. I'm used to working with a full sheet, folding it in half and cutting it later, folding it back when we're done, but we'll see how this works. So I'll cut the video here and let this cool for 10 or so minutes, and we'll take a look at it. Guys, in all honesty, I didn't think it was going to turn out this good. Actually, it felt like it was going wrong on me as it was cooling down. But here's what we came out with. I think I'm going to have to reheat this end and squish it, but I'm going to want to secure this first, because we don't want this to move at all now that we have a really good tight fit. So if you watch, that's going to be perfect. As soon as I screw this together, it fits really snug. Put it on a neck or a belt, that's going to turn out real good, and surprisingly enough, it's not going to scratch this too bad. Looks like I might polish the edges real good and make sure we have a good entry point for it, but as soon as I secure this down, it's going to fit absolutely perfect. So I'm really excited how this turned out. So I'm going to trim this, drill some holes, and then I'll be right back. Guys, this is Flint in the final part of the video, and I'm going to be the first one to admit I'm not good at instruction videos, I guess. I got into the groove and just kept going. I was listening to music, and now it's done. There were some problems with this. First off, I forgot I didn't have enough of these Chicago screws. It's oh, I just put the other ones away. They're the same things I used on this. It's a post on this side with threads in it that goes all the way through, and then a screw on the back that keeps the tension. So if you look right here, same exact thing. I showed you guys I already had this made, so this is going to be the belt portion. I tried to smooth out a couple places on the top because they had some crap on it and ended up making scuff marks. I don't really mind. And when I first made this, it fit so tight, it was ridiculous. But now, it fits in real snug, real smooth. And if I wanted to, I could just pop these rivets out real quick and throw in eyelets and then thread it to a necklace. But I'm not really a neck knife guy, so I think I'm going to leave it like this for a while. I'm going to carry it today. Me and my wife are going out to lunch before I do the redneck zone. So I'll probably post this up before we leave. Turned out real good. These are Chicago screws, rivets. I used a drill. I used a Dremel to smooth out the sides and the top, which looks like I left some burrs on the top. Let me go grab a sanding pad. These are the coolest things on the planet. It's multi-grit sanding pads. It's foam in the middle and then grits on every side. So pull this out real quick. In the future, a couple things I would add to my list of tools I would want just to make it a little easier would be a countersink, which I used this knife for. This is my CRKT Razel. I've been using it on drywall and all sorts of stuff. Still have the tip chipped off. But what happens is when you're drilling Kydex, it leaves a big old melted plastic burr. So I stuck it in, since this is two blades come to a point like that, and spun it around like that, which chipped off the burrs and made it a perfect hole. I didn't do the best grinding job. I mean, you can see some spots where I kind of hit the edge a little hard. There's this miss right there. It probably flipped off. The back looks real good. Actually, the back looks a lot better than the front, but oh well. Who else is going to care but me? Really nice. Turned out real good. So, any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll definitely get to them. But yeah, this should work out pretty good for me. It's not that I don't like the leather one that it came with, but sometimes it's a little too traditional for me. I'd rather have something, cool, even a conversation piece. Somebody sees this, they're probably going to ask about it. This is kind of what came with it. I mean, I put the button on it, the buffalo nickel button, but I'm thinking about putting one of those on here too, but I'm going to put it up right here so it doesn't get in the way. I just think that would look cool. I realized as I heated this to form it to get the fit right that I kind of collapsed the belt loop, so I need to get in there right now, heat this up and pop it back out a little bit, and then I might as well, while I'm in there, drill that and get my buffalo in there. But I will take a picture when that is all done of the final product, put it at the end of this video. Thanks everybody for watching, sticking with me. One of these days I really do need to make a straight start to finish. I just don't like turning on the camera, turning it off, moving it around. Just easier to leave it here and give you guys updates, but I know that's really not the point. So shortly you'll be seeing more videos that are better quality for instruction. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys tonight in the Redneck Zone. Bye.